Hey guys, how are you? In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can connect Redis in your Python program, and this will be just a crash course. So we are just going to cover the basics. What is Redis is what we need to understand first. Redis is the remote dictionary server, that's the full form, and it's an in-memory key value store. That is, you can store some value, some data, and access it using some key. This is super fast and widely used for caching, real-time analytics, and leaderboards programs or softwares. Companies like Twitter, GitHub, Stack Overflow, and many more companies are using Redis. Next is let us understand how can we set up Redis in our own system. Redis is only available for Mac and Ubuntu officially, but if you are using Windows, you can install Redis. What you can do is I have given a link in the description of how to install Redis in Windows, and you can follow that link to install Redis. Now, if you are using Mac or if you are using Ubuntu, you can run the command brew install Redis in case you are using Mac, and you can run the command sudo apt install Redis if you are using Ubuntu. I am using a MacBook, so I will run the command brew install Redis. So let us do that. Right now, I am using the VS Code editor, but you can use any code editor of your choice, and you can use the terminal directly. I will be using the terminal from VS Code. So let us open it. So this is a terminal, and I need to run the command brew install Redis. This command will install Redis in my system, and you can install it as well using the commands. So you might need to wait for some time depending upon the internet speed and the installation process. This means so once the installation is completed, you can clear the console and check if the installation is completed. For that, we can start our Redis server using the command redis server, and this will be same for all the operating systems. So let's do it. Redis dash server. Hit enter and wait for some time, and this will install your server. So if you are getting some message like this, what you can see on the screen, then it means that Redis is installed and Redis server is now running. You can see the message running in standalone mode. The port is 6379 and process ID is 433. Process ID may be different for you, but the port will most likely be same, 6379. Next thing is what we can do is we can open the so once this server is up and running, open another terminal to run some commands. So let us open another terminal. If you are using VS Code, you can open directly from this option plus. Click on plus and write the command redis dash CLI. This will open the CLI for Redis, redis dash CLI. What this will do is it will open the CLI for Redis, and you can run some commands. So let us run the command ping, and if you will hit enter, you will get the message pong. Well, this is a very comical way to show that the Redis is installed and the commands are also running. But yeah, if you are getting pong as a response, then everything is fine. Next thing is how can we use this Redis in our Python code? So we will try to understand about the process with a Python code. So let the Redis server run. You can keep it open and you can close the CLI connection. So you can close it with the command exit, and when you type the command exit, it will automatically close. We can clear the screen, and now let's create a program. And before we start creating the Python program, we need to install the Python Redis client. Basically, this is like the Python module which we will use to connect to Redis. The official client or the module is Redis. So to install it, we will type the command pip install Redis, hit enter, wait for some time, and this will install Redis in your Python environment. Yes, it is installed, successfully installed, right? So we can clear the screen. Let us create a file and name it as intro.py. And first of all, what we need to do is to use Redis is import Redis. This will import the Redis module in your Python code. Then we need to create a Redis connection. So let us create a connection and call it con. Con is equal to redis.redis. This Redis class is going to create your Redis connection, and you will have to pass some arguments. What are those arguments? Host. Where is your Redis hosted? It is hosted locally. So we can say local host. And what is the port? The port is 6379. You can check in the Redis server terminal that the port is 6379. But in case if it is different for you, you will have to write that port here. And now again, we can test the connection in our Python program. So for that, we can say print con.ping. This will ping your Redis connection to see if everything is fine or not. So let us run this Python code and Python p intro.py, hit enter, and the response is true. It means that the Redis connection is good. So we have established our connection. We can comment this out and let us create a value. Suppose you have a value name and this is equal to stat learn. Okay, that's the name of my channel. So what you can do is we can create a key in Redis and store this value. So let us do it. Con dot set. This set method is going to create a new key and you will have to pass your key name. So let's pass the key name as channel underscore name. And what's the value? It's stored in name. So we have just created a data in our Redis connection, and to fetch the same data, you can say print con, that's the Redis connection, dot get, and inside get you will have to pass the key name. The key name is this channel name. So let us pass that name, save it and run the code. And when you will run the code, you will see that we are getting this value. And note, this is not exactly a string, this is a byte string. We can confirm this if we try to get the type of our data which is returned. Let us try that. Save the code again and run it again. And you will see that these are bytes. These are not actual string. These are bytes. So to convert it to actual string, we need to call a method on this data which we just fetched. So this is the data which we fetched. We try to call the method dot decode. And when you will decode the same data and try to run the program again, you will find that this time the data type is string str and not bytes. We can remove this type now and see the value. Save it, run the program again, and this time the value is stat learn and not stat learn with as a bytes. This time it is like a, so we have just created a new data in our Redis and we have also fetched the new data. The next concept is about expiration. So right now the data which we just set, this is not going to expire anytime. This will be there until you delete it. Sometimes in softwares there are some sessions, right? Sessions management is there, and we just want to store some data for a limited amount of time. So let's say there is a user who logs in and the user logs in at 8 a.m. and you want that if there is no activity, just automatically log out the user after 1 hour. So for that, you can create a session. So let us see how we can do it. So for now, let's comment it out and let's see how can we create a key or a data with some expiration. For that, we have to say con dot set x. Set x means set some data with some expiration. That is, the data is going to expire after some time and it will get automatically deleted. So let us try to create a session. So let us name the key as session underscore username. So whatever username is there, and this will store your time. And then what is the value? So let's say the value is stat learn, and what time do you want the data to expire? You will have to write that time in seconds. So let's say the data should expire after 15 seconds or 5 seconds for demonstration. And what this will do is this will create this key session username, and it will create the key with the value stat learn. But the key, this particular data will automatically get expired or removed after 5 seconds. So let us try to do it. What you can do is you can run the code, and once you run the code, this will create the data. Now, how can you verify that this data was created for 5 seconds and after 5 seconds it got removed? Since we are not fetching the data, what we can do is we can check it in our CLI. Open another terminal and run the Redis CLI. Run it and you can fetch the data in the Redis CLI as well. How can you do it? There are some certain commands. So you remember we created a data with the key channel name, right? We can fetch that. How can we fetch it is get and the key. So channel underscore name. Hit enter and you will see the value. And you will see the value in string format. Okay. Let us try to fetch the value session username. So get session underscore username. Hit enter and this time the value is nil. This nil means that the value doesn't even exist. So the value got set and it got expired. So let us try to do it again. Let us try to run the Python code. Run the Python code and after 5 seconds it will get expired. So see right now I just ran the command within 5 seconds and we are getting the value for get session username. Again if I will try, I will get the value nil because after 5 seconds the value is automatically gone from the Redis server. So that's the use of this set.exe function. It will expire your data automatically. Next concept is what if you want to delete your data manually? That is you do not have some expiration but you want to delete some data. For that, you can directly run a command con.delete, and in this one, you can enter the name of the key. So since we have created a key with the name channel name, we can delete that key by passing the key name in the delete method. Run the code again, and this time when you will see the Redis CLI and try to get the channel name again, the key which you created, paste it, hit enter, and you will see that this is deleted because we deleted it and we have deleted it with the Python program. Right now, the data which we are setting and fetching are string data. But there are two more data types which you can store in Redis, and it's not limited to these two data or string. There are much more data types. But since this video is focused on having the basics cleared, we are just going to get the basics cleared. The two data types are list and dictionary. So we have a list data and we have a dictionary data. List can store multiple values and dictionary can store multiple values in a key value format, that is a hash map. Now to store a data in a list, now to create a list, we can say con dot l push. We want to push some data in a list and give a name to your list. So let us provide a name like channel, and after this, whatever values you are going to provide, those values are going to get stored in this list named as channel. So let us pass some random values like 1, 2, 3, and let us pass a string like stat learn. Also pass a string like channel. All right, so we have some data in our list. The list name is channel itself. Now let us try to fetch the data. Now to fetch this data, we need to say print. We will print the data con dot l range. This L range is going to fetch the data from some range or from a list, and inside this you need to first provide the name of your list. The name is the first argument which you gave in the L push method, so it is channel. So let us give it channel, and then you will have to provide the indexes, the starting index and the ending index, the number of data which you want to fetch. So let the start index is going to be 0, that is we need to fetch the first data to the last data. So to fetch the last data we have to say -1. So this will fetch all your data from the start, that is the index 0, till the end. That end index can be called as -1. And now when you will run the code, let me clear the console first and then run the code again. You will find all the data, right? Channel, statlon, 3, 2, 1. And you will see the data which you see is in reverse order because this L push is like a stack. But what if you want to create something like a queue? So for that you will have to say r push, and let us change the name of the list channel 2 and fetch the data for channel 2. Save this, run the code again, and this time you will see the data is coming in the same order in which you have pushed the data 1, 2, 3, statlon and channel. So this is the demonstration of a list in Redis. Let us see how we can create a dictionary. So to create a dictionary kind of data or a mapping kind of data, you will have to call the method hset. So con dot hset. Again, give a name to your dictionary. So let us provide the name as user, and the value will be like a dictionary. So let us create it. So let us create a data, and let us create the data and some random user names. So let us say name is Tatlon. Again, it is not random. It is the channel in which you are watching this video. Okay, what's the age? My age is 28. And what's my profession? So I can say my profession is software engineer, and I can say newbie content creator, right? So we have some data, right? We have some data and this is a dictionary data. We can push this data to our user hash map in the Redis. So just pass your data inside the key mapping. Mapping is equal to data. Save this, and also we need to fetch it. So to fetch the data, we need to say print con dot h get all, and inside this h get all method will accept your key. So the key is user. So let us pass it user. Save this and run your code again. And okay, and before running, let me clear the console and let's run the code. So once I run the code, this time you will see I'm getting this data, right? The data is name is Statlon, age is 28, the profession is software engineer, and a newbie content creator. So that's what we created and that's what we got. So I think that's it for the demonstration of how we can connect Redis to your Python code. And now I think you guys are set. You guys are ready because we have connected Python to Redis. We have performed some CRUD operation. We have created some data. We have retrieved some data. We have not updated some data, but if you want to update a data, you need to call the set method again with the same key and the new value, and it will update your data. And we have seen the deletion of data as well. So yes, all the CRUD operation we have seen. We have explored some data types, not all, but some. And just for a tip, Redis is perfect for caching, sessions, PubSub. PubSub is like publisher subscriber model, and more and many more advanced concepts. So that's it for this video. And if you like this video, then make sure that you like and subscribe for more Python backend tutorials. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching, guys.